Hey Narwhals, I'm your host Luke Narwhal, and welcome back to another weight loss video. Hope you enjoy. Morbidly obese Redditors. What's stopping you from committing to weight loss? Was obese, but now normal. But I can tell you it stopped me for a long time. Fear. If you're fat, you can blame all your problems on it. Failed job when fat, my boss is fat phobic. Failed job when normal, maybe I'm hard to work with. Failed relationship when fat, he didn't like my weight. Failed relationship when normal, maybe I'm a B sometimes. It's easier to face yourself when all your flaws can be blamed on one thing. A lot of fat people use weight to protect themselves, and I did as well. I did it to protect myself from the truth that I needed to work on myself. You can thank an ex-friend of mine. We were at lunch and she was extremely rude to the waitress. The waitress dropped all courtesy and served us with contempt that my friend deserved. My friend rolls her eyes, and when the waitress walked away, she went, "Skinny bees like that hate us big girls." I had a light bulb moment. My friend was getting back what she gave and only saw it as an attack on her weight. She lived her life that way, blaming everything on people hating her because she was fat. She was selfish, rude, entitled, and worst of all, delusional. She truly believed all her problems were because all people saw was her weight, not the fact that she was a raging bee. I woke up that day. I used to be over 300 pounds and have lost a considerable amount of weight. Growing up, nobody outside my school health class taught me the importance of taking care of my body. Eating was never a second thought for me. If I liked it, I ate it. My highest recorded weight was 306 pounds, although I'm sure I was heavier at some point. I eventually decided I didn't want to be fat anymore and decided to try and lose some weight. I remember my very first day eating healthy was so hard, I actually stopped at McDonald's for my lunch that day, and I felt horrible. I felt like a failure on my very first day of the diet. I had been eating whatever I wanted my whole life. It was a habit that was and is hard to break. Eventually, I found success and lost about 98 pounds. It's been almost 2 years now since, and I've lost so much weight. I want to stuff my face with everything in sight, but I know if I do, I'll feel really bad about it physically and mentally. I still do sometimes. Losing weight is simple in theory, but can be difficult in practice. The way I ate for 23 years of my life is drastically different than the way I've been eating for almost 2 years. That kind of change isn't easy, and I had to do it in small baby steps. Looking back at it, I didn't even think it was a problem until I stepped on the scale and saw that I was over 300 pounds. Yo-yo dieting is a B. You try a strict diet, but you end up denying yourself the sugar and calories you crave, and then end up going crazy and putting back on more weight than you had before. Also, getting into exercise can be tough. Once you catch the bug, it's great, but also there's the crippling anxiety of exercising in front of people. Society tends to like to be cruel to fat folk, and it can be considered by some to be alright to laugh at them attempting to exercise, or shout bad words out of a car windows and post all kind of horrific crap online. It just puts you off life in public in general sometimes. I think mental health is definitely the main element for me though. I have anxiety and depression, and I'm a terrible sleeper, both of which are quite strongly also linked to an ED called binge ED, in which I can be healthy as frig all day and eat well-rounded and regulated meals, but then at night I go into this weird guilt-ridden sneaky haze where I lose control of my senses and literally go on a binge. It is 100% hard to believe, I know. I didn't even know this disorder existed till a few months back. Then afterwards, you go into huge levels of regret and feel awful, but it's too late because it happened. Kind of like B in that regard, but without the P. I think to lose weight, I need to keep addressing my mental state. Now, saying that, I'm currently doing okay, having been making some new life choices for the last couple of weeks. A more sensible low-carb and low-sugar diet, then denying everything and getting that exercise in, and have lost 14 pounds so far. I just gotta try and stay on this road now, but mentally sticking to it is the hardest bit. Exercise is hard to do. Food is not hard to eat, and once you get to a certain level of fatness, even a little exercise is terrible, painful, and possibly can injure you. When your stomach is stretched from years of overeating, dieting can literally feel like you're starving yourself. Your brain and stomach think that something is actually wrong. It's just absolutely no fun to do. It's hard to do things that aren't fun. I used to weigh 244 pounds. Now I weigh 144. I didn't commit to weight loss because I was so afraid. I was afraid I'd lose it all and then lose control and gain it back. I was scared to go from cheers and congrats to looks of pity and whispers. I mean, look at Kirstie Alley. Like it or not, nothing makes people happier than when others fail, and I am sensitive. On top of that, sugar makes me really friggin' happy. Is it healthy? No, and I know this. Every day is a battle for me. There are treats in the teacher's lounge, another student brought in a birthday treat, etc. It's a day-by-day success. Sometimes it's hour by hour, but I love fashion. I'm a size 4 now, and I can't lie, there's almost nothing I can't wear now. I'm hoping for the day that makes me happier than food. BMI of 37, so nearly there. I don't feel that fat. Like, logically, I know that I am. I used to work out, but not anymore, so the weight can't be muscle. But when I look at other people who are my height and my weight, they look way fatter than me. I'm 6'1" and 285 pounds. And when I look in the mirror, I think I'm only a little way off from being a healthy weight. I just can't imagine there being 100 pounds less of me. I literally can't fathom where it would all come from. I can see the obvious ones like my belly, but when I say flex my quads, it feels like mostly muscle, and I don't think I can lose much more from there. What I'm trying to say is that logically, I know that I'm 100 pounds overweight, but when I start dieting to lose that weight, the fact that I just can't envision what a healthy me would look like makes it hard to stick with. Also, as a side note, I see people way skinnier than me eating way crappier food than I do in way higher quantities, and they don't put on any weight, and that ticks me off. I am an emotional eater, which absolutely stems from being picked on and made fun of as a kid. If I had anything other than a salad on my lunch tray, I would get made fun of. So I would eat salad for lunch and be starving when I got home. I would sneak cookies or whatever when I got home and hide in my room. Anytime I felt like I was being made fun of, I always found myself hiding somewhere and eating. It's something that I still struggle with daily. All it takes is someone laughing behind me, and I have to force myself not to walk into the nearest bakery or goodie shop and eat until I can't anymore. I also do it when I'm stressed or depressed. Last year, my car broke down right before I was going to visit my family. I had to cancel the trip and literally had to stop myself from eating an entire pan of brownies that I made. I made my husband give them to the neighbors before I ate more than the 3s that I did. I only take comfort in the fact that I've gotten better at recognizing the triggers and can, for the most part, find something to replace the need to eat. I'm not morbidly obese, but I'm definitely a fat chick. I was diagnosed with a bad spine malformation when I was 13 years old. I'm 26 now, and I don't know what it's like to not feel pain. On my everyday life, I have no noticeable problems, but something like once a year, I have a big crisis. I mean, I could move, but it took me maybe an hour just to take a normal shower, with horrible pain and the fear of falling every 20 seconds. The most annoying thing is that I don't even eat that bad. I'm really attentive to what I eat, not really because of calories, but essentially because I think that health is a big deal. I happen to gain weight faster than the norm too. But yeah, I'm fat. I can't do exercise without being in extra pain, so I just swim from time to time to keep the muscles around my spine doing their job. I see a specialist every week as well. So yeah, that's not really relevant, I guess. It's just that I've heard my whole life people insulting me on the streets and telling me that I'm a fat cow or whatever can amuse them. People asking me why I'm not trying to be healthier, why I'm not this or that. People mocking me on the beach, even if I'm rocking my raddest bikini. Well, frig off. I'm not even mad. They're just a bunch of buttholes who think that your body is what you are. All of that just to say, being a fat person does not equal that you're lazy or unhealthy, or that you don't care. People all have different backgrounds, and honestly, as long as you're happy with yourself. And that brings us to the end of the video, Narwhals. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please tap subscribe to join our awesome community, the Narwhals, and for more weight loss stories that help you stay on track. And here's our featured Narwhal of the day. 2 years apart and 19.4 kilos, 42.9 pounds, down 21:07:19 to 23:07:21.